Hello everyone, welcome to the Palm Coast, Florida Real Estate Guide. Today we're going to go on a tour of Palm Coast. What is it like living in Palm Coast? So the first thing you'll see is we're in the beach section. Just looking at the neighborhood, it's relatively quiet. It is about 9 a.m. in July 2024. So as you can see from the streets, living in Palm Coast, one thing, it is relatively quiet. In the beach section, this is kind of what you see with regards to the homes, kind of what you see with regards to the street. A lot of the homes have been here for many years, but there's also some new homes that have been built, like this one that you see right here at the end of the street, which was built this year. So there are some new homes that have popped into the neighborhood. So again, as I said, we're in the B section. So we're going to come up now to one of the major streets, which runs north to south, which is Belterre Parkway. And Belterre Parkway cuts basically Palm Coast in the middle. When it goes into the L section, it does change its name, but in the B section, all the way down to the P and R section, it is called Belterre Parkway. Right now, we're coming to Belterre Parkway, and across the street, you'll see a new townhouse community. That is the Trails by D.R. Horton. They have townhouses that start at $250,000, and many of them include an appliance package as well as closing cost assistance. So that's a nice new community that's been built within the past few years from D.R. Horton, and that's the Trails townhouse community. Right now we're on Belterre Parkway. This is relatively speed limit 45 miles per hour, but as I said, it cuts north and south of Palm Coast. And as you see here, again, 9 in the morning, relatively no traffic. It does build up a little bit as you go further down towards the P and R section, but as you see here, not too many homes in the B section on this part of Belterre Parkway, so it's relatively quiet. But as we go down south, there's a lot of schools, so with that you have school zones, and yes, it could slow you down and a little bit more traffic builds up. Right now we're about to go to Matanzas Wood Parkway. This runs east to west. It goes from US 1 on the left side, but we're going to make a right, and we're going to go towards Palm Coast Parkway on the east side, and we're taking this road to the beach. So just showing you the roads as we get towards that area. Right now we're about to make a right on Matanzas Woods Parkway. And this is again 9 o'clock in the morning, so relatively no traffic. This, of course, school is out. When there is school, there is a little bit of traffic as we get on this road, but right now school is out, so there's no traffic. So right now we're on Matanzas Woods Parkway. This has been here a while. However, we're about to cross over 95, and that exit, which is exit 293, that has only been established within the past 10 years or so. So this is still relatively new, one-lane road. They do have the room to expand, but as you see, not too much is there. Now, if you notice on the side, you'll see some of the trails, and Palm Coast is famous for having close to 100 miles of biking or walking trails throughout the city. So it is certainly a walkable community. That was how it was designed, and so that's keeps you relatively safe as you see how far away it is from the roads. So you have miles and miles of those walking paths or trails, which will keep you safe from walking on the street. Right now we're about to cross over 95. Now, if you are on 95 in Virginia or some other areas, of course you will see lots of traffic, but you'll probably notice as you go over 95, if you can see what the traffic looks like over there, and relatively no traffic. This is 95 right now, and If you wasn't able to see it, it's moving. Everybody's doing 70 miles an hour. That's unheard of up north. We would have been in traffic 20 miles an hour and take you an hour and a half just to get into DC from Northern Virginia. So right now, this is, for the traffic, it is relatively quiet. So now we're about to cross over into the C section of Palm Coast. Old Kings Road is what we just passed. Old Kings can also run north to south, but that runs you through communities. It's usually a one lane and it's slower, so it's about 35 miles per hour. Right now we're passing Matanzas High School. That is one of the two high schools here in Palm Coast. Matanzas High School is the north, and then you have Flagler High School, which is in the south. So this is the high school, and you'll see a little bit of the neighborhood right there. So we're going, as I said, into the C section, and C generally stands for canals, because most of the homes here have canals. This would be the flood evacuation zone, so anybody who lives here, and if there was any type of storms, this is where you would have to evacuate from. So anything on the east side of 95, for the most part, is in the flood or evacuation zone, but for the C section, it definitely is. On the left, that is the conservatory, which is part of Hammock Dunes, and that is one of the two prestigious golf courses. It is a gated community with homes, but it also has a conservatory golf course, which if you're going to join Hammock Dunes, it is a $75,000 to $100,000 initiation fee, and then $15,000 per year for the annual dues. But if you get to play on any of those courses, yeah, you would definitely appreciate it. They are the top courses. Arnold Palmer did the one ocean course, which we'll kind of go through as we finish up at the end of this tour. So right now we're on Matanzas Wood Parkway. This is going through the C section. This relatively is a straight shot. It takes you right through. There are homes on each side, left and right, which are part of the C section. But as you can see, as we're traveling, at this time, there's relatively little traffic. We are going to come up to some communities where you'll be able to see a little bit more, but Palm Coast can have some congestion, but not like some of the towns or cities further south or even north, like Jacksonville. This is a relatively quiet community. Mainly more retirees are here, so not too much getting up early in the morning. So it makes it comfortable if you like to get up early and bike ride or walk or jog. This is one of the areas that you'll probably want to come, because it has miles and miles of bike trails and not too many streets that interfere, so you can bike for a long time and be relatively safe. We passed one of the many fire stations that we have here in Palm Coast, and again, some homes here in the C section. We're coming up to some of the other homes that you see on this road. Nice thing about, again, living here in Palm Coast, that even if there were some areas that had congestion, like sometimes Palm Coast Parkway or some areas of Belterre Parkway, or even 100, as they're building a lot in that area, you can go on roads like this and not have much traffic. It's a peaceful road, and it takes you to some of the restaurants that we have in the area as well. Right now we're about to go over one of the state parks that we have here. This park right here has canals where you have access to kayak, so you could kayak off of this road. It has access, and there has miles of kayaking trails, waterways that you can trail or go through in the canal, and It would be kind of far if you wanted to take it to the ocean, but at least there are so many canals, and then also it could lead you to the inlet, which we're about to cross over as we get a little further down. Here you can see some of the homes on the right-hand side, right and left. You'll see some of the homes that we have here for Palm Coast. Relatively, most of the homes are just normal size, anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 square feet, 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2 or 3 bathrooms. There are bigger homes as you get further down in the water where they can be up to 5,000 square feet. And if you were to go even further, you'll find some of the $1 million homes which can have up to 10,000 square feet, and of course have 8 or 9 bedrooms and 8 or 9 bathrooms, and of course many of them have their own pool. So there are a variety of houses that you could find in this area. So now we're about to come to one of the condo communities that we have here. On the left, it was Tidelands, which abuts up to the inlet, which can lead you to St. Augustine, and of course it has ocean access for the Atlantic. But many people have their boats or jet skis. It's relatively quiet, safe, and not a lot of activity, so you'll find that here. So on the right is a condo community. We're about to go over the inlet right now. So this is the inlet waterway, which again leads you to St. Augustine. So it is a pretty nice community, and looks really nice as you go through. Next, we're about to come to so on the left-hand side, you'll probably see what is our Palm Coast Resort. Many people come here for vacation, so that is a really nice place to come to. It's right there on the water. It has a marina right in front of it, and of course you can rent boats and as you stay at the resort, and it's a nice part of Palm Coast where there's not a lot of activity. It is right down the street from a nice restaurant and home community called European Village. Now, European Village has condos and rentals on the top, and then on the bottom are restaurants. Like you have Mezzaluna, which is a nice pizza place, Fifth Element, which has great Indian food, and then there is a nice Thai restaurant, or excuse me, Vietnamese restaurant, where I would get my bubble tea, so I certainly go there a lot. Now we're coming through to the end of Matanzas Wood Parkway, and as we come to the end, it will lead you right into another golf community, which is public. This is Palm Harbor. We're not going to go into that community today. I'll have another video tour of some of the golf courses here in Palm Coast, as we have many public ones. And the nice thing about here in Florida, especially with regards to a lot of public golf courses, you can get for 9 holes and a cart, many times is under $20. So that's the really nice thing about being here. We're going to go through the Hammock Bridge toll. Now, if you are a member or a resident of Palm Coast of Florida, you can get your Dunes card, which looks like that, and then it would only cost you 50 cents. Other than that, it's $3 to go through this toll to go to the beach. How you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. So as I said, this is the Hammock Bridge that connects you from Palm Coast into the beach community. But Hammock Dunes has this bridge, and so you're paying. They're the ones that built the bridge, and this is what you're paying for to cross over. It does save you time. Other than that, you'll have to go further south, then cut over to A1A, about Flagler Beach area. But since we're right here, we're able to cross right over and take this, and it is saves you a lot of time. Now we're coming up on the right hand side. That is the Hammock Dunes home, which is of course gated community. A lot of movie stars, athletic stars, music stars, millionaires all live in that community. Many times you'll see them in some of the restaurants on A1A, but this is what you see there: Hammock Dunes, Hammock Beach. We're going to go to one of the beaches, which is public, that meets right up to Hammock Dunes, and that is Jungle Hut. So right now we're going to just stay on here, even though if we make a left, as you see with the sign, we can go to A1A, but we're going to stay right in this area. But you'll see the sign straight over there. It says Hammock Dunes of Palm Coast. This is the beach community. It also, if you go further down the street, it leads you to that Arnold Palmer prestigious golf course, which is the Ocean Golf Course. That's part of the Dunes Hammock Beach initiation fee that I talked about with the conservatory, where it's $75,000, starts at $75,000 for the initiation, but $15,000 is the dues every year. So as you can see, the very nice grounds here as you cut through Hammock Dunes. It's very pretty as they take care of the grounds here. There's also a trail that leads you along here that you can take right to the beach, but just driving through here is very pretty. So this is how it looks. When we get to the end here, we're going to make a right, and that's going to lead us to Jungle Hut Beach. It does, on the right hand side of this, kind of give you a little view of the golf course, but you relatively take this to go to the beach. It's public access, really quiet. This is one of the beaches that you will first come to if you're coming over the Hammock Dunes Bridge. It's relatively quiet. It's not a lot of traffic. Even if it was busy, that would be having 50 people on here. Whereas if you were to go further south to some of the beaches, maybe like even in Daytona, where there's hundreds of people and it's hard to find a spot, this relatively doesn't get that packed as far as the amount of people that come on the beach. So we are now heading to the beach. The beach parking is free. The only thing I had to pay for was the toll to go through, and as, like I said, I have that card, so I only pay 50 cents. You just put money on your card, put $20 on, and that relatively lasts for a long time. I don't know if I replenished it this year yet, so and I go to the beach often. So straight ahead is Jungle Hut. As you see, just walk right on the sand. The ocean's right on the other side. I will do a tour of Jungle Hut Beach as well. So I hope you enjoyed your tour. Of course, if you would like to know more about living in Palm Coast, you'll see a QR code on my front page of my channel. Just go ahead and scan that. That will set you up with a Zoom schedule, and you can schedule time to talk to me. I can tell you more about living here, homes that we have here, as I am a realtor. And I've been here for 5 years and certainly enjoyed living here in Palm Coast. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Enjoy your day, and look forward to hearing or speaking to you as you schedule time on my calendar. Thank you and have a good day.